It was 2 a.m. My bank account had one thing to say to me: $47. That was it. That was the entire buffer between me and zero. Staring at that number in the cold blue light of my phone, I felt that deep, hollowing panic. You know the one. I had bills coming, rent was breathing down my neck, and $47 wasn't a safety net. It was a bad joke. And in that moment of pure terror, I made one decision that would either be the dumbest thing I'd ever done or the only thing that could save me. I decided to fire myself from managing my own money. This is the story of how a simple, automated system and 3 unbreakable rules pulled me back from the brink. Hitting that $47 low wasn't some overnight catastrophe. It was more like a death by 1,000 tiny, irresponsible cuts. For years, my financial plan was simple. If there's money in the account, I can spend it. My income was a chaotic mix of freelance gigs and side hustles, so a traditional budget always felt like trying to nail Jell-O to a wall. Some months were fantastic, others were just plain terrifying. But my spending? That was consistently awful. And oh, I was a black belt in justifying it. That new gadget? An investment in my work. Dinner's out? Networking, obviously. The jungle of monthly subscriptions was all for self-improvement. I used buy now, pay later services like it was free cash, completely ignoring the fact that I was just stealing from a future version of me who was already in debt. The stress was a constant hum in the back of my mind. I'd go for days without looking at my bank balance, just living in blissful, idiotic denial. I'd let the payment due emails pile up, unopened. It was a toxic cocktail of shame and anxiety. I felt like I was failing at the most basic part of being an adult, and I was terrified everyone would find out. Every declined card, every time I had to tell a friend, "I can't, I'm broke," another crack appeared in the facade. The problem wasn't just a lack of money, it was a total lack of control. And that night, with $47 to my name, I finally hit rock bottom. There was nowhere left to fall. Lying on my floor at 2 a.m., I ran through the whole spectrum of failure. First came the hot shame, then the cold dread, and finally a strange, numb clarity. All my frantic efforts, all my promises to do better next month, all those fancy spreadsheets I abandoned after 3 days, they all failed. And they failed for one reason. They all depended on me. On my willpower, my discipline, my mood. And I had just proven, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that when it came to money, I had none of those things. My best thinking had led me to a bank account with less cash than a mediocre dinner for 2. So, my thinking had to go. That was the decision. It wasn't some new promise to be more disciplined. It wasn't a vow to start another budget. It was one radical choice. Build a system that makes financial decisions for me. An autopilot that didn't care if I was feeling optimistic or impulsive. The idea was simple. Automate everything that mattered and make it hard for my emotional, in-the-moment self to screw it up. I wasn't going to just manage my money anymore. I was going to build a machine to do it for me. That night, I didn't sleep. I grabbed a notebook and designed the architecture for my new life, built on 3 non-negotiable rules. This is the how. This is the core of it all. It wasn't about a magic app or a secret stock tip. It was about creating rules so simple and rigid that even I couldn't mess them up. The old me saved whatever was left over at the end of the month, which, spoiler alert, was always 0. My new system flipped the script. The very first rule was to pay myself first, and not some tiny token amount. I committed to a percentage of every single paycheck that would vanish before I ever had a chance to touch it. Here's how. I opened 2 new savings accounts at a completely different bank. This part is key. One was my emergency fund, the other was for long-term goals. Then, I set up my direct deposit to automatically split my income. A set percentage went straight to the emergency fund, Another slice went to my long-term savings, and only the remainder landed in my normal checking account. This created just enough friction. While I could still access the money with modern banking, I couldn't just tap a button and instantly transfer it back on a whim. It made me pause. That money was for future me, and present me couldn't get his hands on it so easily. My kryptonite was impulse spending. A flash sale, a new gadget, a must-have item. I was powerless. So, rule number 2 created a mandatory cooling-off period. For any non-essential purchase over $50, I had to wait a full 24 hours before buying it. If I saw a jacket online, I'd add it to the cart, and then I'd close the tab. Saw a cool new toy in a store, I'd take a picture and walk out. No exceptions. And the weirdest thing happened. More often than not, after 24 hours, that intense need for the item just evaporated. I'd realize it didn't really fit my life, or it was just too expensive, or I'd honestly just forget about it. That simple pause was the circuit breaker I needed to separate a real want from a fleeting whim. It gave my logical brain time to catch up with my emotional one, and it saved me a ton of money. This was the final piece that brought real peace. I made a list of every single bill. Rent, utilities, insurance, phone, internet, all of it. Then, I went into my online banking portal and set up automatic payments for every last one. I timed them to go out the day after my main paycheck was due to arrive. This was a game changer for 2 reasons. First, it nearly eliminated the chance of late fees. No more dreading those payment overdue emails, as long as I ensured the funds were there. Second, it gave me a crystal clear picture of my actual disposable income. After my savings were whisked away and my bills were paid, the money left in my checking account was what I truly had to live on. No more guesswork. No more robbing Peter to pay Paul. The system paid my future self, paid my bills, and then gave me my allowance. It sounds restrictive, but the feeling was the exact opposite. It was freedom. The first few months weren't some miracle cure. It was a slow, quiet, steady climb. The system was just humming along in the background, rebuilding my finances brick by brick. The first time I checked my emergency fund after 3 months and saw a few $100s just sitting there, money I hadn't even missed, I almost cried. For the first time in my adult life, I had a real buffer. After 6 months, I'd paid off a nagging credit card. After a year, my emergency fund hit my first goal of $2,000. My credit score, which had been a disaster, started ticking upwards. But the biggest change wasn't on a spreadsheet. It was in my head. That low-grade hum of money anxiety, it was gone. I could sleep through the night. I stopped dreading a glance at my bank account and started looking forward to seeing the progress. By taking myself out of the driver's seat, I finally stopped driving myself off a cliff. The system I built in a moment of desperation gave me back my control, and with it, my sanity. This system isn't rocket science. It's about making one clear decision to build a structure that protects you from your own worst impulses. To help you do just that, I've put together a simple, one-page checklist that breaks down these 3 rules and the exact steps you can take to start automating your own finances. The link is in the description. It's totally free. Take it and start building your own machine. That night, with $47 to my name, felt like the end. But it wasn't. It was the beginning. It was the moment I stopped trying to be the kind of person who's good with money and instead built a system that made it hard to be bad with it. The rules are simple. Pay future. You first, obey the 24-hour rule, and automate what matters. It's about designing a life where good financial habits are the default, not a daily struggle. If you feel that same panic I felt, that sense of being stuck in a hole you can't climb out of, know this. You don't need more willpower. You need a better system. You are one decision away from changing everything. Don't wait until you're down to your last $47. Make that decision and start taking your life back.